Then management position description. Management position description questionnaire method, which is highly constructed. So this questionnaire is prepared to collect the information regarding managerial responsibilities and other miscellaneous position characteristics. The collection information is analyzed. So this method is frequently used for the following purpose, that is to evaluate managerial jobs, to determine the training needs of employees, and to determine compensation system for managerial jobs, and to help in succession planning. The Hay Plan. Now, Hay Plan collects information about the job in terms of its function, nature, managerial relationship, technical aspects, knowledge required for problem solving, need of control and supervision at job. So, Hay Plan is similar to the management position. So, description questionnaire, but in a very less structured manner. For example, these are the aspects, five important aspects that are covered in the Hay Plan. So, when Hay Plan is called as a managerial relationship or a technical aspect, it is because there are questions which are related to how does the position fit into the organization, or how is the general composition of supporting staff in the organization? What can be the general nature of the technical, managerial, and human relationship? What is the nature of problem solving? What is the nature of control? So, Hey Plan helps us to compare the job within and outside the organization. Then you have the person focused job technique, person focused technique. In this, you have position analysis questionnaire. So, position analysis question, let's call it PAC, where it is a structured job analysis questionnaire that aids the user in conducting a qualified analysis of a given job. The PAC consists of 187 items which are related to job activities. Um, there are six types of rating scales which is used in the pack. That is the amount of time, possibility of occurrence, applicability, and item specific scales. So, in order to complete a job analysis using pack, what the user reviews background information, observes the job, conducts three interviews with job incumbents to determine job content, then rates the extent to which each item is on the standard list of pack job elements, which applies to that particular job. Physical ability analysis. This method is the physical ability of employees while analyzing their strength, their explosive strength, their extent flexibility, dynamic flexibility, and all that. Then you have critical incident technique. This critical incident technique is where information which is collected by from the employees and supervisors. So this method focuses on the job behavior to describe their level of performance, that is both high level and low level performance. So it collects the information like what led to the incident, what exactly the employee did, what are the perceived consequences of the employee's behavior. So whether or not these consequences were within the control of the employee. Let's understand the job design. So job design is now, after understanding the job analysis, job design is the process of creating a job that an employee can perform effectively and derive satisfaction by doing it. So basically, job design is how well the organization is able to, have a point of view about a job, or is it's like influenced by, the process of organizing a group of tasks, or analyzing a report, understanding its environment and the social aspects, the technical aspects. So how efficient the systematic attempt is, which includes all these things: personal, social, physical and political elements of the job. So let us understand how to prepare job description and job specification. I think with the table itself, it's a very clear analysis on what is job description and job specification. Job description is where you are able to analyze or describe your job in terms of what is the title or name of your job, or how long are you working, and what are the daily responsibilities and duties, or what are the working conditions, salaries, and incentives. Specification is where you are extending, you are elaborating the purpose on, why you're designated in this. That is, you're designated in this title of the job because of this qualification or the qualities that you carry, experience, the family background, training, and interpersonal skills. um, how the preparation of job specification, same thing, the qualification, experience, skills, the physical ability, personal attributes, competencies, and any preferred achievements. Let's understand what is the need for this job design. The need is because of the routine work or the repetitive task that can be cut out, the tools and machineries that are used, what is the time which is allotted for this particular task, what is the method that is being used, and what is the skill that is required. Job redesign process is revising the job content, analyzing the job elements, informing of job description, specification, reshuffling the job related tasks and duties, which can be done by rotating or enrichment or job enlargement, engineering of the job. Dejobbing is completely different. Now, dejobbing is, broadening of the responsibilities of the company's jobs and encouraging employees not to limit themselves to what's on their job description. So, when an organization or industry they shift away from formal job descriptions to some other arrangements to get their work done is called as dejobbing. So, what are the techniques of dejobbing? Flatter organization, in place of the traditional, with all these managerial layers that is there, the horizontal structures with barely three or four levels, the jobs of subordinates end up being bigger in terms of both breadth and depth of responsibilities. Work teams. Work teams are like the jobs which are more specified at different points of time. That is, the duties and members of the project teams are not necessarily are members of a particular department within the organization. It could be from broadening from various departments and functional areas. Boundary less organization is a cross cultural team. Reengineering is a radical, basically, it requires organization members to rethink what job should be done, how it is to be done, and what's the best way to implement these decisions. Job enlargement and job enrichment. Job enlargement is like the process of allowing individual workers to determine their own space, that is to serve their own inspectors by giving them responsibilities for the control of work. Job enrichment is the vertical loading of a job, that is by adding few more motivators in order to make the job more rewarding. So a job enrichment is a motivational technique which emphasizes the need for challenging and interesting work. Principles of job enrichment: removing some controls or making periodic reports, introducing new or more difficult tasks, assigning individuals a specific task, making sure that you're enriching the list of options or you're brainstorming a list of potential changes in the existing positions. Let's understand HRP. So basically, HRP is the process of ensuring the right number and right kind of employees at the right places at the right time, capable of effectively and efficiently completing those tasks that help the organization achieve its goal. The process of HRP is to set an objective, to have the biodata of manpower by understanding, by telling the manpower that a complex task they need to forecast and identify the HR gaps, gaps like the future requirement or a clear picture of what gaps can be identified for the future analysis, planning what kind of training techniques that can be implemented, and giving them and preparing a complete program of recruitment, selection, training, and transfer of promotion, implementing and evaluating. What are the factors that are affecting HRP? There is various factors like trade union, strategy of organization, size, where a size and structure of the organization, which can be varying, and basically to focus on the labor incentives, organization, trade unions, time period, information, economic development, and business cycles. There are different levels of HRD. There is the national level, the sectoral level, industry level, organization level, and departmental level. So national level is where the government of the country plans for human resource at the national level. National plans for HR forecast the demand and supply of human resources at the national level. Sectoral level is where you're allocating its resources. Industry level is where you're taking into account the operational level. Organizational level is where you're taking into account the estimation of HR in terms of business. Departmental level is taking in consideration the manpower. Now let us understand the employment selection and development, recruitment selection and induction. This is one of the easiest and very uh, interesting. Recruitment. Basically, what is recruitment? Recruitment is where you are selecting a candidate, right? Where you are significantly understanding the employment process and recruiting the best of the candidate, selecting them. So recruitment stage is carried out before the selection process, the stage in which it continues with selection process and with the placement of the candidates. It is the process of sourcing the requirements of the staff, basically. Let us understand the sources of recruitment. We have internal sources, that is internal and external sources. Let's understand the internal sources. Internal sources is where you are dealing with employees, employee referrals, and previous applicants. The employees is like present and the former employees in the organization, how easily they can fit into the culture, Employee referrals is where the candidate gives, a reference to the other candidate that who might fill up their gap, vacancies in the organizations. Previous applicant is where they're already lying in the organization with the list of the candidates and they can find the suitable for the vacant position. External source. Now, employment exchanges in external sources is employment exchanges. Employment exchanges are very useful, like recruiting a blue collar, white collar, and technical workers. Employment agencies or HR consultants are the ones which are the suitable candidates for the organization in terms of consultancy or the panel of the candidates. Professional associates are, the journals, they're the ones who are focusing on like that. They are the headhunters, they are called as publishing, sponsoring journals. Interns are the one that they are only working for a shorter period of time. They could be mostly like students only to seize the opportunity. They'll work their best who are undergrads. Educational campuses where the organization gets into the campuses to recruit the amongst the students. Unemployed persons are the ones who fit into the job specifications and the job seeking in India, and unemployed, which are looking for jobs. Employees in other organizations are like there will be always shortage of person who can deliver. So companies resort to this competitive practice of inviting employees in rival organizations to join them. Methods of recruitment. So there are various methods, internal and external. So basically, internal methods are the word of mouth, the employee referrals that they work in. External is the walk-in applicants, where you go to the organization with your CV. So, like various these other things that is there. There is job posting if you see any ads, succession planning where it is a very, very key position where they see that who can be in the organization for a longer period of time. They can take their company forward with a skilled employee and who can retain the employee for the longest, promoting the employee, or deduction the employee who are dissatisfied, making sure that your organization's vacancies have been put up on journals, local newspapers, advertisements, placements or recruiting agencies, search consultants, campus recruitment, all the same thing. So the practices that we do with recruitment or any companies that they do for recruitment is social media, which is growing, poaching or raiding, that is called as the biggest mantra that is followed by the organizations. Um, the organization might be a competitor in the industry, but a company can attract talent from another firm as well. So that is poaching and raiding. A recruitment process that is RPO, where the company outsources the management of recruitment function. E-recruitment, artificial intelligence, web posting, AI candidate screening, virtual reality, employee branding, personal branding, video branding, all these things. So now after recruiting, after seeing so many things and searching for candidates, now from the candidates, now the best of the candidates, which is being selected is what is selection. So these best of the candidates whose abilities are better than anybody else's in terms of knowledge, this is what is called as selection process. So how does selection process even go through? They go through a preliminary interview, application blanks, written test, employee interviews. Then they are being taken to as medical examination, reference checks, job offers. Then they're given as a letter of appointment, and then they follow up from there. Now, in few of the organizations, one of the most important things is the types of tests that they also give to these employees. That is the aptitude test, where they check their intelligence, achievement test, where they check their knowledge, and situation check, where they have been given phone talks or GD round, the group discussion round. Personality check, where there have been projective tests and all that. So basically, what happens in these interviewing processes, the candidate is being screened and interviewed, and there is round one, round two, round three of interviews. And so then after this, what is induction? Now, induction is when new employee starts within an organization. He builds awareness of the company's skills and becomes productive and loyal member of the organization. But in due course of time, what happens is induction is an introduction process. After the candidate has been selected, recruited, and selected, he goes through this induction, that is the welcoming of the employee. So there are various types of induction where there is very general introduction where, to the employee, the organization talks about their mission, vision, and what are their procedures. They tell you the overview of what their company stands for. Or else they take a person and the specific induction is being given or a program is being given to them. So we need to also analyze that we have to make induction very effective because in this effective, there is a lot of timing duration where they understand the content, specialization, and the participants are being focused. Now, placement is where a new employee is come to the position and he has been given a now reasonable reassignment of his skills and abilities to showcase. So in the next class, we will learn about mobility and separation. Okay, close the class.